Any regrets? Anything you change?
Living in the moment.
You haven't lived enough in the moment?
Not even. That's much better now. But it's still, I'm like, all right, we got the trip here, now we're off to New York, and then we're off to Paris. So it's like, all right, what's next? Start thinking. And it's like, no, slow down. Just enjoy this. Just enjoy you guys' energy. Just enjoy the banter. So I'm much better now. But yeah, as a kid, I was doing, I took over for Fabio with the romance book. So I was always on Entertainment Tonight and going over doing shoots in New York. And then I was on Gladiators at the same time. And then I was doing magazines. And it was like this. And it goes fast. So all that, I was still trying to go, what's next? All right, I'm on a plane back from New York to LA, do a movie, and then slow down. Try to live in the moment. It's a tough thing. I mean, this is the biggest thing I need to work on. And that's why I'm a dog guy, because I can step away when I do get home, take my pups, and they slow me down. And it settles me. So that's my biggest regret. Obviously, we learn through life. It's one of those things when we're at this age, if we tell a 20-year-old, oh my God, if I knew now, back then, I would own the world. Yeah.
About the living in the moment, do you have a meditation practice or anything you do that helps you with that? And do you talk to your clients about that side of things?
I tell everybody about living in the moment. I do, because it's just one of those things that even when things are bad, live in the moment. Even when things are good, live in the moment. But it is about taking that time. Life is a beautiful thing. And as the older you get, the more you appreciate it. When you're 20, it's a hard thing to concept. But living in the moment makes life so much more. Whatever it is. It's just sitting watching a movie with your partner, going for a walk, stepping away from the craziness of life, and trying to slow it down a bit.
What's the best movie Michael worked with? You said you're traveling doing movies really quick, eh?
The best one I was in?
Best one.
Definitely comes with Bruce Willis, Meryl Streep, and Goldie Hawn. Meryl Streep felt my boobs up. Best thing in the freaking world. She walks by me. First of all, Bruce Willis, just a guy's guy, coolest cat in the world. But Meryl Streep walks by and she goes, "Holy sheesh, those are big titties." So that was a highlight right there. I got felt up. All right, Oscar winner. So that was probably the most badass. And then just meeting somebody like that. You never want to meet your idols, they say. But meeting him and how cool and down to earth and smart ass he is freaking awesome.
I think I was a huge fan of Gladiators. I grew up watching the original, and I came back with the crazy personalities. Not much of the personalities of being American Gladiator is kind of from you versus what they kind of say. If you got to play absolutely crazy fashion insane.
You know what? There was different people. Because on the original, there was a guy named Nitro, Dan Clark. Awesome guy. And so I know he portrayed a very arrogant kind of guy on the show, but he was just a sweetheart. He understood TV. The shows have changed over the year. We did I don't know if you guys know Terry Crews. Yeah, Terry's, love the success he's had because he is probably one of the most true people I've met in the world of Hollywood. He's about his family, he's about taking care of people, and it's about coming from a positive place. But we did a show where the characters were blown way out of character. But they allowed us also to kick some serious ass, so it was nice. But the new Gladiators, like Wolf, no, that was him. It's changed over the years. The originals were a little bit more violent, and they let us have free reign on kicking butt, but the newer ones were a little bit more tame, obviously. So yeah, that's Hollywood's Hollywood. It's fun.
Like besides living in the moment, is there anything else that you tell yourself in your 20s?
Slow down. Slow down, not in the sense of living in the moment, but slow down in trying to be the very best at and doing everything that day. My first training partners were with people like Tom Plaz, old legend. We would train for 3-4 hours, which was great, and it kind of built who I was. But at the same time, you guys will be surprised on how little you have to do in the gym to make yourself better. Now that being said, do not watch my videos and stuff because of the fact that I train like a freak, because I love it. So I understand that I'm overtraining. But I would just say for him, if my young 20-year-old wanted to get a physique that was better, I would say slow down, do less, and don't kill yourself. But it's tough to do. It's, you know, I've known this for decades and I still don't slow down. In the back. I'm in the Hall of Fame of bodybuilding and Hall of Fame of martial arts, so no, I compete in the sense of like, I'll battle somebody when I go to Paris or that kind of competition. Here's the best way to describe it. After winning the universe, I would still get comments from 9 judges that had no influence on my life. And this is about life. So when 9 people would say, hey, you know what? Put on another 20 pounds, you'd look great. I'd be like, oh, great, perfect, thank you so much. This guy's nuts. So I would agree to walk away. I am one of those guys that I knew that the body was an art piece, not a sport. Bodybuilding is not a sport, it's an art piece. You're creating something that you like. If you create something that somebody else likes, you're gonna be miserable. Then you're gonna go into a show, you're not gonna do well. Next day you eat pizza. When you should be what? Setting up photo shoots, making calls, talking about getting some kind of advertising going. That's about marketing. This world is not about how you do on stage, it's about how you do off stage and how you get handled. One of the biggest things I've said to 20-year-olds that would come up to me and talk to me, what would you give me my best piece of advice? I said, well, you get ready for a show. Great. Regardless of how it goes, I want photo shoots lined up before and after, phone calls ready to go before and after, and find out who you are and what's your story. And I've had great stories. I've had great stories like, well, I started training because my brother was a bodybuilder and he was over in the war and he died, and so I picked it up and now I'm taking his legacy and I'm going. That's a beautiful story. Tell that story. I see this guy, or thousands of people that I've met through the years, afterwards, what would they say? Took 5th. Judges said this, that, and the other thing. So I'm going to take 6 months to get ready for the next show. You just blew 6 months of promotion. And this is promotion. You guys are in here, you're going to learn, you're going to go out, you're going to get clients, but it's also about what you are to get more clients and to build you. That's the reality of it. It's about people knowing you worldwide going, I need that trainer. That's the person. And when they do the show and get destroyed by somebody else's opinion, you're done. Already have that plan in set. So that's why I don't compete anymore. I compete against individuals because I can control my life. And I was never the guy that said, my physique, when you guys are happy with it, then I'll be happy with it. I was happy with it way before that. I won my last Mr. Universe when I was 30. And after that, 5 years later, I was inducted in the Hall of Fame and stuff, and I'm like, I'm good with that. Those guys, I create my body for me.
So they say that in marketing and training
You need to read.
like 4 books a month. I don't know what that's about right now.
I'm hooked on phonics, so I'm out.
But do you read any books on training? Like how did you learn all the programming?
Oh, you guys are gonna love this, I think. So 4 books a month, read, you become an expert, you move up a level. I have never been, and I'm not saying this to you guys, I want you to ask me questions. I was never a question answer. Because I started so young, I took experience. And then, because I had a beautiful, innocent ignorance, I could build on that. So as soon as you go and read something in a sense, or public tells you, most of the social media today, this is what it is. Okay, I'll take that verbatim, that's my mindset, I'm done. When I was 9 to 14 and continued, I was so young I trained with these 6 guys. They would squat and deadlift almost 1,000 pounds and bench 600. They look terrible. Respectfully. But they were strong. I was so young, I thought everybody's dad was that. I thought everybody in the world was this. I didn't know I was training with the 6 best in the entire world. So imagine my mindset. So you go into a gym, somebody squats 225, that's the heaviest in the gym. That's your mindset, right? That's the heaviest guy in here, it's 225, 315, you can't go heavier than that. I at a young age was thinking 1,000 is everybody. So I can do 1,500, is my mindset. I said, you guys don't look good, so I want to look good. Why can't I look good? Well, you can't do both, kid. Yes, I can. I was young, right? So I started bodybuilding and powerlifting at such a young age. Experience. I started doing it myself. I took what they said. Actually, I didn't take what they said. I took what they were doing and I applied it. Then I applied what these guys over here were doing with nutrition and different types of training and combined it. I didn't know at that such a young age I would create something. Now by doing that, they said, oh, get out. I'll finish this up. So by doing that, what I did is I created my own legacy in a sense, but by experience, not by reading. Now I'm not saying don't read, but it goes back to what I originally said is put that to work, test it. I don't care who speaks today, I don't care that I spoke today. Take everything I said, apply it. If it doesn't work, kick it out. You know, live in the pain of this stuff. This guy's whacked, I want it over with. Whatever it is, just apply it, move it out. Because I was so young and I kept trying to learn, I kept that. I would watch people, and I've always been that way, which the social media world today doesn't do. Everybody just asks questions. They'll see me do an exercise. What's that work? Slow down. Go test it, check it out, see where it works, come back and go, hey, I felt that. I felt in my shoulder. Holy shit, it was squats. You see my point? All right? So that's the point of it. You want to be able to just put this into something, try into something different, learn by experience, and if you got great clients that you're working with, play, test. You know, hey, what are you willing to try to do here? The amazing stuff, I know. The amazing stuff I've been able to do is, for some reason, these 40-year-olds come to me, average Joes, and they come to me and they say, hey, I want to change. I've never done any kind of sports, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm taking guys, I'm only doing 3 exercises, 3 times a week, change their bodies so much so that they were the guys that was squatting 135 to start with, now they're squatting 500 and 10% body fat. And there were nobodies. They're just workers, average guys that said, hey, I want to try to train. So I took what I've learned and I've applied it. That's the biggest thing in the world. So apply it, keep reading, and I come from an aspect, I'm Irish, so I read something and I go, I understand what they're saying, but common sense tells me something different. It's like, for me, real fast, don't confuse you, fasting in the morning for me, I would never believe it. Because I know that I want to do this for a long time. And if you're telling me for the next 30 years I can't eat breakfast, oh yeah, that's out the window. Does it work? Sure it does. Does it work for a short period of time? I recommend it. But I don't think that you should just go boom and wake up in the morning when your body's already traumatized, it needs food, to starve it and go exercise and traumatize it again. So that's my take on it. Did I test it? Did I apply it? 100%. I tried it out. Does it work for a time? Sure it does. But I also knew this. I can't give 100 to everything. I can't go in, and weightlifting is more important than anything. Most of you ladies, bone density, connective tissue, more important than muscles and strength. My foundation is working from the inside out. You've got to get stronger bone density and connective tissue, the joints and ligaments. That's what keeps you healthy. That's what keeps you getting better over time. All right? Relative to just going and going muscle and bone. So, for me, it's about food, enjoying life, some sleep, and then working out. That's it, guys. They're kicking me out.